On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the 35, here's second and a yard.
Get it? 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Dragon 60. Ready.
To throw is Ward. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Hey, Lion. Son, 11. Silver.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Go, let's go.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brian Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jags use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. Now increase here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Okay, ready? Panther 11. Ready.
Ward off the play fake. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Second and 10.
Grab going. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Warriors 70. Let's go.
Throwing is Ward. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
18 Cowboy 80.
Ward. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. The Jaguars at 6-4 now on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all three phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Big tight end over the middle, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Down to former Syracuse man, LaQuinn Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. On play action, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Take right open.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right right there. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Off play action, Ward. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
It's a gain of 32. And the Titans first down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
18, Radley. 18, Radley.
To throw, here's Ward. That's complete to DK. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd quarter now, Titans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Mustang 19. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Ward. He's got Bellinger. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
11. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Ward to throw once more. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set. Drop 70, Timberwolf. Go.
Now Ward. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10.
70 Lions.
To the air again, Ward. Now he'll tuck this and run. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Sly able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
A gain of 6 yards.
4th down, here's Lawrence. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Well, they picked up the 1st down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Rodriguez. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now Lawrence. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion. Hey, I'm gun.
Lawrence will throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Rip, 23.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up a third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Red on red. Hey, Ginger, time. 13, Lou. Hey, kill.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Titans are going to get the football back as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Throwing now, Ward. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Trap 60. 7 Pirates. 60 Maverick.
Here's Ward. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get the series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Okay.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
18 Cardinal. Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
21-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Ron. 11. Hey, Ginger. Done.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Panther 60.
Throwing to start the drive. Moore. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Got it. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Got it. 70 Lions. Mustang 19. Warriors 70. Cup 19.
Looking to throw. Moore. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Travis Hunter. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Lawrence pass. Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Over the middle, it's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again.
Hey, I'm gun. Hey, smash.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On the jump.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10.
60 Maverick. Cougar 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Trap 60. Trap 60. Steady.
To throw is Ward. Open man downfield is Ridley. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
31 yards. And the Titans first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Ward. Now he's going to step up and run. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Joey Slide to kick off for Tennessee.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were...
And now the rookie's free. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Jaguars come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 17-3. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 48-yard line, here's the second down and 6.
Warriors, 70. Cowboys, 79 Broncos. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Ward. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
And the Titans
70 Timberwolves. 18 Robert, 18 Robert, go.
Play action now, Ward. Now he'll tuck this and run. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Grab. 70 Lions.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Steady.
Pollard will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. They'll run with Allen. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Hey, go, go! Go, go!
Now Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense.
Hey, tomato, tomato. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And 1.
Rip, 23.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a 2nd and 2. They go play action now. Lawrence. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Titans 10. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
That's complete to DK. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
In motion left, Robinson. On the draw, it's Pollard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Rangers, 60 Eagles, 78, 79 Broncos. Cup 19, Cup 19.
To throw, here's Ward. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter.
Ready, ready. Let's go. Warriors, 70 Lions. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Now Ward. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2.
On the set. Ready. Cougar 19. Mustang 19. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Ward. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Titans 17.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Bayshaw Turton with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Jaguars 31, Titans 17. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
19 Tiger, 19 Lions, 79 Broncos, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Operating from the gun, Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Ward. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. It's going to be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, run! Hey, Dinter. Done!
They go play action with Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return, the Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple.
Trap 60, trap 60. Let's go now. Dragon 60, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Moore. And his throw here is incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. We've seen a bevy of those. This secondary, they've been pretty good, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've allowed the 1 touchdown through the air, and they're going to be upset about that later when they watch the game tape. But other than that, they've been absolutely rock solid.
Cougar 19. Steady.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
18, 5 in.
Going for it. Here's Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's been the beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
70 Rangers, 70 Lions. 79 Broncos. Buffalo 18.
Now Ward from the gun on third down. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Jags will take over possession here up at the 44. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Carry for Allen. And some room to work. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Hey, tomato. Done.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Hey, Soko, hi.
And now a run with Rodriguez. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. A dime look defensively here for the Titans on third.
Red on red. Here we go.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Cam Little for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Okay, great.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. This one caught by Ridley, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, You're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Titans 17. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Titans take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
On the set.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
65, 79. Go.
Looking to throw. Ward. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Bronco 80. Buffalo 18.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Jaguars come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only